Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now today I want to talk to you about something crazy that happened to me. So my friend Jessie and I decided that we were going to go to lunch today, and so we had to take the metro down to this hamburger joint called La Prensa in Tribunal. And we ended up taking line 1, and it was a bit crowded. So I had my back towards the door and I'm talking to Jesse as the train is going. Now we passed by Gran Via, which is one of the stops on the line, and Jesse says to me, "Yo, look what's going on outside on the platform." I'm like, okay. So of course I do it on the slide because I don't want people noticing that I'm looking. And I see that two guys are fighting on the platform. But of course, I look away quickly because in New York, you don't stare and you don't look at people too long or it's going to be a problem. So, like I said, I glance and then I turn back to look at Jesse and I'm like, dang, this is crazy because normally in Madrid, we have not seen any fights. Honestly, I've been here for about 7 months and I've only seen one other scuffle, and it wasn't even that big of a fight. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. But of course, I glanced again to see if they're still fighting, and they are. Now, the thing is, they started getting closer to our cart. Now, the thing is, on the metro, there are two types of trains. You have the one where it has interconnectors between the cards, and then you have the older models, which are separated. We're in an older model. Yeah, it's getting a bit worrisome that they're getting closer to our cart. Next thing I know, they're entering and they're still fighting. So, of course, everybody that's already in the cart is moving to the other side. But then it seemed like they got more intense with it because they got super close to me. I saw the guy's arms swing and they're moving from one side of the car to the other, which is causing everyone to start panicking. And they are rushing out of the train, trying to run up the stairs, which I'm like terrified because I'm like, oh God, am I going to be in the middle of a stampede happening? And you would think that would be the end of that. But no, these guys are still fighting from one part of the cart all the way to the other side. And at this point, me and Jesse's like, yo, we are not trying to miss the train, but at the same time, I think it's going to be isolated to that one cart. So we moved to a different one. And we're just sitting in there waiting for the train to start to see what's going to happen, see if maybe they're going to exit. No, they literally had the train stop for 10 minutes, and we keep glancing to see if maybe they had exited. They did not. They were going back and forth in that one cart, still fighting for over 10 minutes. You had, like in the US, typical people circling around the cart to see what's going on. I think a few people were videotaping it, as well as nobody is trying to stop this fight. So Jesse's like, yo, the train's not moving and they're still fighting. Let's try and find security. So we go up the stairs to try and call someone to, break up this fight. And the security guard is coming in our direction. So Jesse's like, hey, there's a fight going on. This guy is so nonchalant. He's just walking. He's like, yeah, I know. Down the stairs. And it's like, I'm not getting paid enough for this. So you just see him enter the cart and he looks at the two guys and he's like, all right. And it looks like he told one of the guys, you need to get off the train. So the guy that got off the train, you see this big old knot on his head, and he still looks like he's ready to fight the other guy. And the other guy sitting in the train, not even trying to like get off to continue the fight, but he still looks like he's amped up. And then you hear them make an announcement that everyone needs to get back on the train because we're about to leave. And I'm like, oh my God, this was like so scary because I've never been this close to a fight before. But not only that, like I said, here in Madrid, it is not customary to be fighting. Jesse's like, oh, it must be the heat because summer's around the corner. She's thinking that it's affecting people. I don't know what it is, but That was crazy. And honestly, I think the reason I was so concerned is because although here in Madrid they outlaw weapons like guns, I just watched a video in the school about gang affiliated fights happening on the train. And with that fight being so close to me, I was concerned that maybe somebody had a knife or that it was going to be a lot worse than it was. And of course, like I said, I'm from New York, and Jessie knows all about like huge fights breaking out in the States. So she's like, well, thank God it's not in the US where somebody could have had a weapon, somebody might have had a gun. I'm like, I don't care because I was scared that I was about to get hit. Next thing you know, someone had a knife on them. I just saw the worst possible scenario happen. So, yeah, it was a bit scary. And hopefully nothing like that happens again while I'm here. But yeah, that was one of the experiences that I've had so far while being here. Anyways, continue following me to listen in and find out what's happening here in Madrid, as well as the different things that I'm learning and experiencing. I look forward to talking to you guys next time. Bye.